Hi, love. Welcome to Own Your Femininity. This is for women who are capable, women who are intelligent, and tired of abandoning themselves. This ecosystem exists because too many women were taught how to survive, but never taught how to feel safe being themselves. Femininity, as we'll explore in here, has nothing to do with gender roles or with performance or with softness for approval or even becoming someone that you're not. It is definitely not weakness. It is not aesthetic and lace and pink. It's not submission, and it's not about fitting into someone else's idea of what a woman should be. Femininity is your capacity to feel, to sense, to receive, and to respond from your body instead of abandoning it. It's your ability to stay present within yourself instead of disconnecting when things get uncomfortable. It's intuition without apology. It's boundaries without guilt, and it's desire without shame. To own your femininity, it means to stop overriding yourself to be liked, to be chosen, or to feel safe. You stop performing strength while your body is exhausted, and you stop shrinking your truth to protect other people's comfort. You come back into relationship with your body, with your emotions, with your voice, and with your inner authority. What owning your femininity does not mean is becoming passive or quiet or agreeable or soft at all costs. It does not mean giving up your ambition or intelligence or your power. And it does not mean you need to look or act or to live in a certain way. Owning your femininity is about inner safety, because when a woman feels safe within herself, she becomes clear. And clarity is what makes confidence sustainable. And here, we work on the root, the patterns you learned to survive life with, the ways you adapted to be loved, to be accepted, or to feel safe. We work with your body, with the nervous system, and with the identity you learned to abandon so you keep belonging. Own Your Femininity is an ecosystem, and it's designed to take you from self-disconnection to self-trust, and from self-abandonment to an embodied presence, from surviving quietly to living in your full expression. This work unfolds in layers because real change doesn't happen all at once. You know that. It happens in the right order. Some women come here because they're exhausted from shrinking. Some because their confidence keeps slipping away, keeps disappearing right at the edge when they feel they're going to have a breakthrough. Some because visibility terrifies them, even though they want more from life. Others feel called to share their voice, their work, their gifts, but something inside them shuts down every time they try. That's why this ecosystem has two distinct paths. And this is where I want to slow down and explain exactly where to start. Before you choose anything on here, I want to make one thing clear. Own your femininity and own your visibility are not the same work. Own your femininity is where everything starts. This is the foundational work. It's where you stop abandoning yourself, and it's where you heal the wounds that make being seen feel unsafe. It's where you rebuild your self-worth, your body safety, and trust in yourself. It's where your nervous system stabilizes. You can take on your femininity on its own. Many women do, because that work is internal. Their goal is to feel grounded, whole, and at home in themselves. Not necessarily visible yet. Own your visibility, that is different. It is the external expression. It is about showing up and speaking and creating and being seen and inviting clients and making income from your gifts. I am teaching you exactly what I'm doing here. Everything that I'm doing, you're gonna go through the exact steps that I'm taking to build this empire. Own your visibility is where your inner work turns into real life momentum, where your voice sharpens, where your message becomes clear, and people finally understand what you do and why it matters, why it's important. Visibility stops being like exposure and starts feeling like grounded leadership. You learn how to be seen without performing and how to be paid without over explaining and to be consistent without burning yourself out. Your gifts stop living in private and start creating income and opportunities for you to be out there. This is the movement in your life. If you try to work on visibility before you feel safe in your body, before you trust yourself, before you stop self-abandoning, you will sabotage it. That's why own your femininity comes before own your visibility. Not to gatekeep, but because I refuse to set you up to fail. So here's how to choose if you're still shrinking, spiraling, overthinking, or disappearing. Start with own your femininity. If you already feel steady, regulated, and self-trusting, and then you can be ready to be seen and to be paid for your gifts. That's when you take own your visibility. You don't need to do everything at once. You don't need to rush. You just need to start in the right place. Return to yourself, regulate your system, then be seen. Start with own your femininity, and when you're ready to rise, own your visibility will be waiting for you.